Tom Cruise is a Hollywood A-lister who has been at the height of his fame for over 30 years thanks to his daring action stunts, which he does himself, as well as his turbulent personal life, which includes high-profile relationships and a deep involvement with the controversial Church of Scientology. Despite his indelible reputation in Hollywood blockbusters, Tom Cruise has a troubled past that has affected his personal life and career in significant ways. These include a troubled marriage, complicated relationships, and the tremendous pressure from his religious beliefs. Top Gun, Mission Impossible, and Jerry Maguire are just a few of the legendary films in which Tom has displayed his incredible talent. However, fame and fortune do not come cheap. Tom Cruise has been through a lot in his life, from the spotlight to shocking scandals and a difficult childhood. He has faced heated media controversies and persistent rumors about Scientology's influence over his personal life and marriages. At one point, his career seemed like it was going to collapse due to the uproar surrounding his controversial faith, but he overcame it and rebuilt his public image. What makes Tom Cruise both a legendary and controversial figure are the tragedies and hardships in his personal life, the price he must pay for his fame, and his unwavering belief in Scientology. If you're curious about Tom Cruise, hit subscribe and join us as we reveal the mysteries behind his illustrious career and the hidden corners of his life, from the spotlight to the shocking scandals and a difficult childhood, as well as the mysteries surrounding his unwavering faith. Tom Cruise was born on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York, but he had a troubled upbringing due to his violent father, who caused constant chaos in the family home. As a result of the Cruise family's persistent financial difficulties, Tom had to attend 15 different schools during his formative years. He was the second of 4 siblings, and his childhood was marked by poverty and misery. During my 14 years of existence, I was constantly uprooted, which not only disrupted my education but also Tom, who was little for his age, felt lonely, isolated, and bullied on a regular basis. His connection with his father was strained. A major contributor to the mental wounds was Thomas Cruise Mappa 3. Tom held onto from when he was a kid. Tom, an electrical engineer, portrayed Thomas, a chaotic trader he could never trust, as a character whose father's violent outbursts left a lasting emotional impression on his children. During his teenage years, Cruise attended a seminary with the intention of becoming a Catholic priest. However, his plans were dashed when he was expelled for misbehavior. Tom's upbringing in a chaotic and abusive household had a profound impact on his relationships throughout his life, especially his marriages and his strong commitment to Scientology. Alcoholic behavior and rule breaking after giving up on his desire of becoming a priest, this encounter served as a turning point in his life, leading him to recognize that the priesthood was not his destiny. While a high school student in New Jersey, Tom started to pursue his dream of being an actor. In little time at all, he realized his innate talent after joining the drama club. An influential educator once said that Tom Cruise had a natural talent for performing and could command the stage with ease. This comment sparked Tom's ambition to become a Hollywood star, and he dropped out of school to pursue his dream. Tom Cruise was driven by an intense ambition to succeed. Beginning his career in Hollywood, he faced numerous obstacles due to his lack of contacts and name recognition. Tom had to battle tooth and nail to get into the cutthroat world of Hollywood during that time. He worked odd jobs like waiting tables, and went on audition after audition, but he finally broke through in 1981 with a small role in a film. Despite the briefness of his role in Endless Love, it was a stepping stone toward his dream role the following year in the film Taps, which was about a military academy, and in which Tom left a lasting impact with his fervent and assured performance. Despite these early modest triumphs, this position began to attract the notice of industry directors and producers. Tom kept moving forward, taking on more and more jobs, but it wasn't until 1983 that the film finally brought him fame. Perilous Enterprise, this was widely regarded as his initial significant achievement in the film. In high school, Tom was a gymnast aspiring actor who, when his parents are out of town, turns his home into a brothel to earn some extra cash. The image of Tom Cruise gliding across the floor in just his underpants and a white shirt became a cultural icon, captivating both the audience and critics. Among the younger performers of that era, along with financial success, risky business also marked Tom's rise from the ranks of Hollywood's most in-demand actors, beginning as a young actor with no experience. Accomplished much despite facing challenges early on in his career, Tom Cruise's spectacular performance as the lead in Risky Business cemented his position in Hollywood, which he had begun to establish with supporting parts in films like Taps and Endless Love. Tom proved his mettle by honing his acting chops over the years, but he reached new heights as the lead in Top Gun, a picture that catapulted him from promising actor to bona fide A-list celebrity. Tom Cruise's early career reached a turning point in 1986 with Top Gun. In his portrayal as the fearless and defiant jet pilot Maverick, he did more than just an emblem of charisma and ability, but also characterized him as a potent deed with his exceptional acting chops and captivating on-screen persona. Tom Cruise became one of Hollywood's most famous actors after the smash hit Top Gun, which earned more than $356 million throughout the world. Artistically and philosophically, Tom's subsequent works, including 1988's Rain Man, a masterwork on autism and brotherhood, continued to wow Tom to demonstrate his range of emotion in Rain Man, the 1996 film Rain Man, in which Tom starred as the self-centered Charlie Babbitt, won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture, and garnered critical acclaim for the nuanced and profound emotional journey it took its protagonist, Dustin Hoffman's autistic brother, through. Tom solidified his position with Jerry Maguire, a comedic and humanistic picture about a man's search for purpose in life. His performance in the film struck a chord with viewers, particularly the now iconic romantic moment, "You complete me." Despite the commercial success and Golden Globe and Oscar nominations that Tom Cruise received for his performance in Jerry Maguire, the zenith of his action career came with his portrayal of Ethan Hunt in the Impossible franchise, which began with the 1996 film and became an icon of the action genre. In addition to his acting roles, Tom was an executive producer, writer, and performer of high-stakes stunts in the Mission Impossible movie. The Mission Impossible films, in which Tom Cruise stars and completely immerses himself in the spectacular stunts, have been a huge financial success, earning billions of dollars around the world. This has further cemented Cruise's position as an irreplaceable action icon. Even though many actors nowadays use stunt doubles for perilous parts, Tom Cruise has become famous for his unwavering dedication to executing risky feats in his many roles. From his signature high-speed car chase in Days of Thunder and aerial acrobatics in Top Gun to his scaling of the world's highest skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa, in Mission Impossible Fallout, Tom loves to execute most of his own stunts. Ghost Protocol, an impossible task. With his fearlessness and incredible physical prowess, Tom never ceases to amaze onlookers. In Mission Impossible Fallout 2018, he executed a 25,000-foot halo jump, which remains one of his most iconic feats. Despite injuring his ankle in a previous scene while hopping between buildings, he lands on the ground without incident. The fact that Tom insisted on finishing the take before going to the doctor is a testament to his dedication and enthusiasm for his work. Tom Cruise has amassed an impressive list of honors and acclaim for his work in the business. His performances in Born on July 4, 1989, were particularly noteworthy, and he has been nominated for many Academy Awards and won 3 Golden Globes. Beyond individual awards, He is one of Hollywood's most nominated performers thanks to Jerry Maguire, 1996, and Magnolia, 1999. Among Tom Cruise's many accolades include Best Supporting Actor and Director accolades from the Kansas City Film Critics Circle, as well as recognition from major international film festivals for his work. Despite his stellar reputation, Tom Cruise is best known for his personal life and marriages, and his films routinely rank among the highest-grossing movies. Tom Cruise is also widely regarded as one of the most influential personalities in world cinema. He has been just as notorious for the drama and scandal that has surrounded his private life and marriages. All three of his high-profile marriages, to Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes, ended in divorce. Tom's controversial beliefs in science and analogy had an impact on his relationships, which were characterized by intense personal struggles for him and the women he married. Tom Cruise's life took a dramatic change in 1987, when he would actress Mimi Rogers for the first time. While Tom's marriage to Mimi Rogers lasted only 3 years before ending in 1990 due to their busy schedules and emotional disconnect, rumors persist that Scientology had a direct influence on their split shortly after his divorce. Mimi is widely credited with introducing Tom to Scientology, a faith that would later play a monumental role in his life. Mimi was not only his first wife, but also the gateway to Scientology, which heavily influenced his decisions, including how he managed relationships and his career. Tom Cruise would actress after meeting her in 1990. Nicole Kidman they became one of Hollywood's most powerful couples after co-starring in Days of Thunder. Their marriage lasted almost a decade, and they adopted 2 children during that time. Nicole, a devout Catholic, is opposed to Scientology, and this is one area where Isabella and Connor's relationship started to show signs of strain. In 2001, their marriage experienced a serious rift because Nicole refused to accept the controversial church. Tom Cruise's unexpected divorce filing caught Nicole off guard. Allegedly taking her by surprise, there were rampant suspicions that Scientology had a pivotal part in the divorce, with the church supposedly not wanting to. After their divorce, Tom Cruise's 2 adopted children severed all ties with their adoptive mother and decided to follow in their father's Scientology footsteps. This was a devastating blow for Nicole, and it was one of the most publicized and controversial divorces in Hollywood history. His marriage to Katie Holmes was a unique and eventful tale, involving a daring escape from a renowned husband and a perilous conflict with Scientology, the cult. The marriage of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes was once a highly publicized and romanticized story in Hollywood. From Tom's now famous leap onto Oprah Winfrey's couch to express his overwhelming love for Katie to their lavish wedding at a castle in Italy, everything appeared to be a fairy tale. However, behind all the smiles and glitter of public photos, there was a tragedy. The stresses of cohabitating with a global superstar were just the beginning of Katie's nightmare. Additionally, in tandem with Scientology's clandestine influence, after years of fantasizing about being married to Tom Cruise, the dashing good-looking girl from Dawson's Creek, Katie Holmes finally had her fairy-tale wedding at the Otis Scaley in 2006. Their love story took a dramatic turn when Tom, who had been Katie's idol growing up, unexpectedly proposed to her at the top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, one of the most romantic locations in the world. Tom had been a dedicated Scientologist since the 1990s, and Katie, who had grown up in a Catholic family, made the decision to convert at a ceremony in an Italian castle. This was a watershed moment in her life, but the reality after marriage was very different. From the start, Katie sensed the tremendous strain exerted by Scientology, a formidable and divisive group that not only controlled Tom's private life, but she also wanted to meddle in their relationship in every way she could. Jessica Rodriguez, who was appointed as Katie's Scientology handler, was a prominent role in this control. Rodriguez followed Katie around at all times, even during interactions with the media. As the public and media began to wonder how much control Katie was really exercising when Jessica would answer questions instead of Katie's Scientology claims to have as time went on, Katie became more aware of the subtle manipulation going on in her life. She felt compelled to conform to the rigid Scientology regulations, and also lost some of her personal freedom. Her concern reached a peak when she learned that Scientology planned to indoctrinate their daughter Suri to join the faith wholeheartedly as she grew up. This frightened Ty, who was afraid her daughter would have to endure the same hardships she had, watched as her daughter, those two kids that Tom and Nicole Kidman adopted after Katie's divorce from Tom. She understood that if she did nothing, Isabella and Connor would be completely dominated by Scientology. Connor had also severed ties with Nicole. In a same vein, Suri may be estranged from her. Katie understood the need of making preparations to shield herself and her daughter from Scientology's influence. An ideal getaway under the guidance of her father, a seasoned attorney. Katie plotted her divorce plan behind closed doors. Katie devised a daring and strategic plan in June 2012 to avoid revealing her intentions to the church. She hired lawyers in 3 different states and communicated with them using a secret phone that a close friend had given her. Any mistake could have cost her the chance to escape Scientology's control. Tom Cruise was caught unawares by Katie Holmes's decision to formally file for divorce, which stunned Hollywood. The divorce was dubbed Blitz C because it was finalized in 11 days, and Katie opted to file in New York since the judicial system there was more favorable to her custody battle than in California, where Tom and Scientology might have had a stronger effect. A huge win for Katie and Suri alike, as Katie was able to gain full custody of their daughter and prevent Scientology from interfering with her upbringing. This kept Suri away from the harmful effects of Scientology. For Katie Holmes, the breakup with Tom Cruise was more than simply a divorce. It was a battle for religious authority and personal autonomy. Tom was a struggle for her daughter's future, as much as her own liberation. Although Katie was successful in shielding Sue from Scientology, the price she paid was Suri's total separation from her father following their divorce. Tom Cruise has hardly spoken to his daughter Suri, and there are whispers that Scientology told him to sever relations with her and her mother, since they were now seen as suppressive because they left the religion. The gulf between Suri and her father, Tom, appears to be widening irrevocably, even while he keeps chipping in financially. Keeping Suri out of the spotlight and providing her with an ordinary upbringing have been Katie's primary concerns as she has raised her. Katie Holmes's transformation began at a young age, when she was transformed by her divorce from Tom Cruise. Since then, she and her daughter have found independence and tranquility, something she feared she would never have while living with Tom. Starlet becoming an emblem of courage and perseverance. In addition to his troubled romantic relationships, he had a mother who battled a strong religious group for the sake of her child. A number of crises have rocked Tom Cruise's public and media persona. In 2005, his controversial statements on antidepressants and psychology were at the center of the most significant of them. As a devout Scientologist, Tom openly blasted actress Brooke Shields for taking antidepressants following childbirth. During an interview with Matt Lau on the Today Show, Tom's vehement opposition to medicine usage and his claims that psychology is not a legitimate science reached a boiling point. After getting into a dispute with the host over his enthusiastic discussion of psychiatry and psychiatric medications, Tom's reputation took a major hit. The incident and Tom's public persona remain 2 of his most shameful times in the spotlight. Not only that, but claims that Scientology controlled Tom Cruise's romantic relationships, from Penelope Craw to Nazanin Bonad, spread like wildfire. Nazanin, a Scientologist, admitted that her relationship with Tom felt like a gilded cage, and the rumors continued to circulate that the church used her for its own ends. It was also claimed that Scientology had a major influence in the tabloids covered Tom's Scientology hand-picked brides for years, which contributed to the problems in several of his relationships, including his one with Katie Holmes, where their intervention was said to have been a major reason in the eventual dissolution of their marriage. Extending Scientology's influence, the effects on Tom's professional relationships extend far beyond his private life. This period in Tom's life was marked by controversy and difficulty due to his complicated personal life, the influence of Scientology, and the strained relationship he had with director Steven Spielberg. Despite their successful collaboration on Minority Report, their relationship deteriorated after Tom allegedly pushed Scientology to intervene in the life of a psychologist whom Spielberg knew. This reportedly left Spielberg feeling betrayed and drove a wedge between the two. Present day, following the turbulent decade of the 2000s over the past decade, Tom Cruise has worked tirelessly to revive his career, which appeared to be entering a slump due to controversies surrounding Scientology and his widely publicized divorce from Katie Holmes. Nevertheless, Tom has refused to let these personal challenges dampen his passion for filmmaking. The foundation of his career, a series of successful films, and his current initiatives. Tom Cruise's impressive return to the action franchise Mission Impossible is borne out by the phenomenal box office success of each installment. The series also serves as a testament to Cruise's unwavering commitment and talent in the industry. In each film, Cruise portrays Ethan Hunt and performs daring stunts without the use of a body double. From scaling the Burj Khalifa to jumping out of planes at 25,000 feet, these incredible feats never fail to astonish audiences and highlight Cruise's acting chops. Tom Cruise's remarkable comeback, which began more than 3 decades after the original film's premiere, reached a new high point with the 2022 release of Top Gun: Maverick. Tom demonstrated that his star power had not diminished, and that he could still produce blockbuster hits at the top of his game. With over $1 billion in worldwide receipts, Maverick proved once and for all that Tom Cruise is the undisputed action movie king. Despite the long list of scandals involving him, Tom Cruise is still one of Hollywood's biggest stars and a blockbuster today. Unfaltering in his pursuit of a career, his tenacity, skill, and insatiable love of film have kept him at the top of the Hollywood food chain, and his continued success is a tribute to the legacy. What are your views on Tom Cruise's Scientology devotion and the difficulties he has encountered? Does Tom Cruise lead an unconventional lifestyle, in your opinion? What impression does he make on the film business and his loyal fans? Would you still consider him an admiral? Feel free to join the conversation and express your comments below. Also, subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories, and to help us as we develop even more engaging material. We'll see you in the next video.